5 p.m. on board a San Francisco train that was at the Fruitvale BART station. One individual opened fire with a handgun and wounded another male. The suspect immediately offboarded that train and ran out of the Fruitvale station and is currently still at large. The victim continued on the train to the Lake Merritt station, where our BART police officers rendered first aid to the victim and called for paramedics. We have no reason to believe that this was not a random attack. We are actively pursuing leads to apprehend the suspect. The victim is currently at Highland Medical Center, and the last report was said to be in stable condition, although he was transported with what were life-threatening injuries. One thing I do want to highlight and I want to acknowledge is the great work that our officers did at the scene. Our first officer that was on scene got there approximately about a minute and a half after the incident, and she was able to apply a tourniquet to the individual's left arm, which hopefully will help mitigate some of the blood loss and save his life, in addition to applying pressure to another wound on one of his legs. So I want to acknowledge and thank the hard work of our officers that responded to that scene. Take any questions.
Clarify about the random attack again, please.
Sure. So at this point, based on the video that we have received at this time, we're pretty confident that this was not a random attack. It appears to be that it was a targeted attack, and as we continue our investigation and we continue to look through video and collect video, that will confirm what we believe happened today.
So the train is at the Fruitvale station. That's when the shooting occurs, and the suspect ran out of the train at the Fruitvale station, not at Lake Merritt.
That is correct.
Moved here just to get the train out of the system, or what is the reason the train left Fruitvale then?
We didn't know a shooting had occurred. We didn't even start getting calls until the train had already left the Fruitvale station, and then we started getting multiple 911 calls into our dispatch center, as well as our intercom into our train operator.
Chief, we saw that somebody was detained at gunpoint. They were in the back of a police vehicle. It turned out that was not the suspect you were looking for, or a person who was not involved in the shooting at all.
That's correct. He happened to be matching the description that we initially were given, and he happened to be in the area of the incident. So we had to do our due diligence and detain him and confirm that he was not involved in the incident.
And part of that is going through the security video and talking to witnesses who were being questioned nearby here to determine whether or not this was the guy.
Correct.
Was it one shot fired, multiple, and can you tell us where the victim was struck?
It was multiple shots. I can tell you that much. He's currently in surgery, and through that process, they will be able to confirm how many times he was actually hit.
And it was a man shooting a man.
That's correct.
You talked a little bit about shootings on BART in general. Obviously, very dramatic and frightening for riders on a crowded train to see something like this happen. You've seen incidents in the past where people have been shot on BART trains.
Yeah, absolutely. Very rare occurrences, very traumatic, enclosed areas. So we understand the angst that our riders would have being in an enclosed area such as a BART train. But luckily, through our high presence and having more presence in our system, we're mitigating some of these issues from occurring. But luckily, the occurrence of shootings on our systems are very, very rare.
And do you know, were there people on the same car? A lot of people? Few people?
There were people on the train. That's going to be all part of the review process as we look through our video. We have interviewed several people, and we'll continue to do so as the day progresses.
So you have video from cell phones in addition to your own video that you're looking through?
So primarily right now we're looking through our station video, and we're also looking through our train car video.
And are you asking the public to submit videos if they took something on the train? Or?
Yeah, we're asking for any public's help, whether they witnessed it, whether they recorded it, whatever insight they could provide to us if they happen to be on that train car or at the station when this occurred.
Chief, any idea about a motive here? What might have precipitated the shooting? Was there an altercation that happened beforehand? Was it a beef between groups of people? Any idea about what happened here?
No, and I think as we research our video, we'll be able to see, what led up to it, if anything at all. But as of right now, we don't have that information.
Do you think you could provide a statement in Spanish as well?
Yeah, sure. Hoy día, aproximadamente a la 1:30 de la tarde, había un tiroteo en el tren del BART de San Francisco que paró en la estación de Fruitvale. En el tren, un señor fue balaceado y paramos el tren aquí en la estación de Lake Merritt, donde fue localizado por la policía, y cuando estaba localizado lo llevamos a la ambulancia con heridas graves, y ahorita está en operación en el hospital de Highland.
I'm sorry, did you say if a weapon was recovered? You might have, and I might have forgotten.
No, as of right now, the suspect is outstanding along with the weapon that was used.
So was there any description of the perpetrator?
So we'll provide that. Our detectives are currently downstairs reviewing the video, and once we get some good still photographs and a good description that we can provide, we will get that to you later this afternoon.
That's it?
Into the mic tree.
What I'll ask you about is that the person you saw in custody, was he connected to this? Did they say anything?
He did what he was supposed to.
So we'll talk to you about that, because that